Well, on senior day for KU football, it was no more fitting that the senior that decided to stick it out, Devin Neal, became the story of this ball game. The senior running back from Lawrence High finishes with over 280 all-purpose yards and 4 touchdowns as KU knocks off Coach Prime and the Colorado Buffaloes, marking their 3rd straight top 20 win.
There's so many people along this road that have helped me get to this position, and all the fans that showed up today, and they could have easily given up on us. There's a lot of people that did honestly write us off, but I just felt all the love and all the support for the guys, and that we enjoy that. I mean, we're humans at the end of the day, and it was special all around. It was a special moment for me. I'll never forget it. I feel like I've given a lot to this, this university in a lot of different ways, and so for them to be able to just support me one last time at home, it meant a lot to me for sure.
The offense played a perfect game. 0 turnovers, controlled the ball for 2/3 of the game, and didn't punt once. The only possession that did not end in a score was the final possession of the game as the Jayhawks ran the clock out.
I feel like the biggest thing for me is being able to, help the team win games. And, if I'm making so many mistakes to where we're not winning games, I'm definitely going to be hard on myself more than anybody else is. So, the fact that, the tide has turned, we're finally on that winning side of the stick, it just makes me definitely happy.
This win marks the first time in college football history that an unranked team has beaten 3 top 20 teams in a row. There is the vibe of too little, too late for this team with high expectations going into the season, but they say that they're going to enjoy this one regardless. The Kansas City Chiefs have a left tackle problem. Depending on who you talk to, some see the position as the most important on the field. Why? Couple reasons. Number one, you're blocking the quarterback's blind side. Coming from this way, they can't see him coming. And 2, you're probably going against the other team's best pass rusher, which is why the left tackles get paid more on average than any other lineman, which also makes it a glaring problem that the Chiefs' highest paid left tackle, Wanye Morris, ranks number 40 in the salary at that position. Keep in mind, only 32 teams in the NFL. So to help some of those issues, the Chiefs brought in veteran DJ Humphries last week. Craig Schurig is a Topeka transplant.
Anything that's an owie, you just suck it up.
Growing up in New Jersey, just outside Philadelphia, and took a chance out west to play college ball as a defensive back at Colorado Mines, graduating with a degree in petroleum engineering.
Final score from Yager Stadium, Colorado School of Mines, 31.
After 9 years as an assistant at Pitt State, Schurig engineered his way to become the 37th head coach in Washburn history in 2001.
We want to show resiliency, we want to show toughness, mental and physical.
Only Dick Godlove in the 1940s had lasted over 10 consecutive seasons with the Ichabods. Schurig ends his campaign with 23.
Craig is, over the years has just been great for the community and for Washburn.
In 2005, Schurig led Washburn to its first and only MIAA championship, along with its first ever trip to the NCAA postseason.
You get that school spirit going.
In 2011, he became the program's all-time wins leader and picked up the first tournament win in Ichabod history.
One of the joys of coaching is kind of seeing your guys happy after the game.
His 2013 campaign marked 10 straight seasons with a winning record.
Washburn is 8-0 for the first time since 1907.
The highs did come with some lows. A career 5-32 against top 10 teams and a 2-12 record against Emporia State since 2012.
The Ichabods won the first 8 games of the season last year, then stumbled down the stretch with 3 consecutive losses.
It was a slow rebuild-up before a 9-win season in 2021. The team was hoping for similar success in 2023 before the team was met with unprecedented injury luck. Starting quarterback Kellen Simoncic was lost for the season in the home opener, and the team was forced to play mostly freshmen.
And for the younger guys, we've talked about this is a building block for next year.
Expectations weren't too high going into 2024. Washburn football will enter the 2024 season picked 9th out of 10 teams, but being almost there.
Washburn puts together quite the comeback in this game, but just can't come all the way back.
Wasn't good enough.
It was a decision we made that was best for the program at this time. Obviously, the last 2 years, we haven't been successful win-loss record. This past year, we had a lot of close games. The name of the game is winning, and just felt we needed to make a change.
Serving as the interim is longtime associate head coach Zach Watkins, a Schurig product in his own right.
All-American Zach Watkins is returning to the school and joining head coach Craig Schurig's staff as a co-defensive coordinator for next season.
142 wins, $120 million indoor facility, 30 All-Americans, 7 NFL players, 2 decades, and 1 Craig Schurig. Washburn says it wants to hire as soon as possible and isn't against hiring from within, but wants someone who will win right away. Out to Axtell we go. Here's Brandon Schmelzley, the KU football commit. Eagles get Frankfurt. Axtell, one of the most dominant teams in Kansas high school history.
Wow.
Wildcats looking to play spoiler on the road tonight in the 8-man D2 semis. Eagles win the coin toss and elect to receive. Schmelzley showing why. Does a little do-si-do, and he's dabbled in scoring some touchdowns this year.
Yeah.
It's an early 8-0 lead for the home team. Frankfurt's first possession now, facing third and long, deep in its own territory. Quarterback Wes Anderson putting up a fight, but he won't get an Oscar for this feature film. Flock of Eagles gets the sack and forces a punt. Just a few plays later, an Eli Brocksterman run sets up first and goal. Brandon Schmelzley surveys and falls backwards into the end zone. Just like that, 16-zip. Frankfurt does go marching, though. Wildcats have fourth and goal, and Anderson tosses it up to Lane Luiso, and Frankfurt showing some life with the score. Axel on offense. Schmelzley scrambling third and long. He just chucks it up there, and that's Peyton Adams coming up with the turnover for the Wildcats on the road. Frankfurt on offense now, back in Eagle territory. Wes Anderson says, I don't care about your titles, you're some Royal Tannenbaums. Wildcats giving Axel what they don't normally get, a competitive ball game. So Coach Eric Detweiler set up in his chair and tells Schmelzley, just go score the rock. And for the first time in a while, the Eagles have to play in the second half. Final score 52-20. Axel back to the state championship
Put that on
game.
repeat.
That's 4 in a row.
Thank you for your support, K-State Minnesota.
Avery, where do you guys go from here, knowing that the goal was the Big 12 title game?
I know it sucks. It hurts.
Selection Sunday is like, for you, it's not TV magic, right? You don't know going in, right?
Correct.
So sitting there, what's going through your mind?
How'd you feel about it?
I told you off camera, my heart rate got up to 130. I'm not on the team, and I was like, man, can they get this over with? Because I'm ready to find out.
Yeah, there's some trepidation and some anxiety.